So I keep getting this question. They gave me a meningitis vaccine, a pneumonia vaccine, and the tetanus vaccine all at once. Within a few minutes, my body started reacting, and over the past day, it was literally last night that they gave it to me. Over this past day, I have gotten 1,000 times worse. It's on my gums. You can't barely see. It's on my lips. And of course, my neck. It's on my feet, my toes, my back, and the back of my neck, and all over my scalp. It is also on my ears. It is absolutely the worst thing I've ever been through. I originally came in because I suffer from a blood disorder called PNH, paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. I was diagnosed with the blood disorder back in January of this year. I have since then moved to California and really tried to work on myself without getting any treatment for the disease, as they wanted to give me a bunch of vaccines, and I have never had a vaccine in my life. My family and I tend to not do vaccines due to religious preferences. We are Christians. I have never received a vaccine other than when I was a baby, and the certain ones. My PNH was getting worse. I was having very bad symptoms of it, and I was having unbearable headaches to where I couldn't even stand. I was in bed for 2 weeks and didn't eat. I was just trying to wait for all of the symptoms to go away at home, but I just kept getting worse. The reason why I chose UCI Medical is because I literally live 3 minutes from this hospital. My hemoglobin was at 3.1 when I came in, and I got a few blood transfusions and they raised it up. They want to do another bone marrow biopsy on me, as I had one in January, to show that I had this disease. They want to perform another one so that they can see what kind of PNH I have, but I'm starting not to trust them at all, and I believe I will go back to Florida to do that. But it's just very hard to leave because I am all the way across the country. I'm in California, and I originally resided in Florida where my original doctor was. I got blood transfusions. My hemoglobin went back up to about a 7 or an 8, and they were ready to discharge me. But it didn't make sense because I was still having very bad symptoms of the PNH, and I didn't think I was ready to go home. The specialist who was overseeing my PNH disease ordered that I get some vaccines, because in order to receive the treatment for PNH, you have to take the 3 vaccines that I mentioned earlier. I saw someone comment that this happened to them after they gave them a bunch of vaccines that they shouldn't have mixed together. I believe that is what's happening to me. Everyone keeps telling me to leave this hospital, but I want to, but I am so scared to leave in this condition. I have the air low, my body's hot. We put Benadryl on, and I finally accepted for them to give me a steroid to help my body strengthen up. But I've been holding off on anything else they want to give me because I'm afraid, and I really don't trust them anymore. The specialist who ordered the vaccines ordered them and had 2 days off, so I have been waiting to possibly leave to see her and show her what she did to me, because this is wrong. Back in Florida, there's a lawyer called Dan Newland. He's an amazing lawyer. I called him last night, and I will be setting up an appointment with him, and I will be suing this hospital. The jaundice is setting in because part of PNH is liver failure, but they are not listening to me. Yesterday I had to ask for water for 2 hours. I had to pee in a bucket on the floor because nobody would come help me use the restroom. I have family with me, but it's just my sister, and she genuinely doesn't know what to do. My fiance is trying to help, but he is also sick, so he decided to try and stay home, which I thought was best for him and me as well, because we don't want to make either of us worse. They gave me 2 vaccines in my left arm and 1 in my right arm. I cannot move my arms at all or lift them, especially my right arm. This is the worst thing I've ever been through, and I really want to leave, but again, I'm so scared to leave in this condition. I could barely sleep because I'm too afraid to sleep, and I won't wake up, but it just kept getting worse. I'm hoping they can fix this, and as soon as I'm unswelled, I don't mind the purple, but as soon as I'm not swelled anymore, I'm leaving this hospital and going to a new one. Because this is just wrong. They're genuinely trying to kill me. They won't listen to anything, and all they want to do is pump me full of drugs, which is exactly what happened to my grandma. My grandma passed away a little over 10 years ago, and when she had lung cancer, the hospital just kept filling her with drug after drug after drug. She ended up leaving the hospital and going to hospice for a few days, and she got 1,000 times better and still lived for another 4 months. But they genuinely drugged her up so bad that she was supposed to die. And I believe that is what's happening to me, because the specialist doesn't even care to come in and see me after she did this to me. Hopefully I answered all the questions. I will be trying to leave soon. Everything hurts so bad. This is just so disgusting and wrong. It's definitely malpractice, and these people don't know what they're doing because they let me sit for so long and didn't even know how to explain what was happening to me. They gave my sister a paper and started whispering to her that they didn't want to tell me the side effects of these vaccines together because they didn't want to scare me. That should be against the law. This is the worst thing I've ever been through. And again, I will be suing. Hopefully I answered all questions. Again, please share my story. This is the most terrifying thing I've ever been through. Please just keep sharing my story and spreading what's happening to me. Nobody should ever trust this hospital. UCI Medical, Orange County.